Let's not forget that this time. Continue. All right. Yes, I was wooing our navigator. Good. Oh yeah, level ups all around. All right, let's go do some stuff. We'll do that later. Actually, no. You never know. We might get into a fight. So, I should probably do that now. And get that done. Alright. Good start to the day. Let's do it with a level up. Area of authority. Until the end of combat, this ability can only target allies who have enemies adjacent to them. Okay, no. Target can only use movement abilities. Okay. Ooh. Yes, that's an awesome ability. You could use that with, God, I can't remember any. That's what happens when you only play this once in a while. The life of a parent. Alright. Magenta, that's what it was. Game time! Starting it off with a level up. This is great. I'm not even really using you right now, so... Mind Rupture. Purge Soul. Sure. That sounds like it'd be great. Warp features. What is this name? Oh yeah, level 19. We're not there yet. Hey, actually, there's some critical. Crit! Okay, immolate the soul. That sounds like a great ability to have. Oh, you can move them. Okay. Oh, wow. 22 to willpower. Suffer a 22 penalty to willpower. Yeah, let's just get that. That sounds just like a great ability right there. Support features. Is an officer. I do kind of want to do that. Oh. That seems like a good ability. Let's get his agility up so he can actually move. Carouse. Carouse? I think that's how you would say it. Yes. The other agent. Just, oh yeah, oh, you have some. Oh, wait, you have the right analysis. And it's a targeted affected by an exploit. Yeah, but I don't really use the exploits. Nice, yes, get that. Yeah, give him some dodge. Magenta. Okay, well, she's already pretty much peaked at those for now. Pardon me. Can I clear my throat? Strength, willpower, willpower. Yeah, maybe. Let's get our willpower up. Huh? Back in 1 stack of the disturbed effect. Alright. Ooh. I have a feeling that will come in handy. Some defense against demons. Alrighty. There's some goods over there. Secrets of Gallant Conduct. How to express your feelings to a noble lady. Oh. Myra, who seeks the favor of a refined lady, is well advised to maintain pointed courtesy and finesse in his every deed. Will never defile a noble lady's ears with crude or indecent words, and neither will he allow himself conduct that could besmirch her honor and dignity. Okay. Relationship begins with the right choice of words. Shower your lady with compliments that will accentuate her finest qualities without putting her in a position of discomfort. A word chosen elegantly and spoken with genuine warmth may bring about a change in the lady's eyes as she looks upon you. Oh yeah, we've gotten intimate there. I remember that. We started a romance. Always be sure to remember the simple rules of etiquette. For example, should the lady drop her handkerchief? Handkerchief? You're missing a part of that. The deepest expression of sympathy for her would be to perform the following gesture. Pick up the handkerchief, wait a brief moment, then bring the handkerchief to your lips and touch it lightly before returning it to the lady. Oh. Oh my. This noble gesture will assure the lady of the seriousness of your intentions. Ah, see? It's all in how you do it. Remember that the flower bud of true feelings takes time to blossom. Patience, loyalty, and impeccability in adhering to the decorums of the nobility is the key to earning the lady's favorable disposition. So they're very classy. Oh, add to inventory. Let's keep that. I don't know, that may come in handy. To the bridge! I think I have to go back to Rykad. I got called off to the Nobilite station. Gotta go talk to the governor. And yeah, the Lord Inquisitor. Somewhere around here. Then there's the Void ship. No contracts. Okay. Okay. What's over here? I don't think I've gone this way. Okay, now I'm confused. What's the difference between a chapel and a shrine? Oh my. Oh, did I not do Abelard? Huh. Guess I missed him. Glory to the rogue trader. Ooh. All for a prayer. You recite a prayer, the one you remember best. Alright. Let's just get Abelard leveled up real quick. Let's bump up his agility a bit. Why not?
This is intriguing.
Uh-oh.
Keep your wits about you. I will lead us to fortune.
Okay.
Look no further.
We're gonna save just in case.
The sooner we start,
Fate and fortune favor the bold.
I thought,
I always have a backup plan.
Sometimes you consult the appropriate treatise on Tactica Imperialis and weigh every step. Sometimes, though, you just fire your biggest cannon and save the day.
Miscalculations are for commoners. I don't make mistakes.
oh,
I make profitable learning experiences.
what advice do you seek?
okay. That one.
When the faithful are idle, heresy grows.
That's gotta be okay. Yeah, I got it.
Do you require an audience?
Do you require inquisitorial approval?
I prefer the audience than the approval. Okay, we figured it out.
What do we have here?
That's kind of cool. I like that. A neat little puzzle. Goods. What is this? Ooh. Nice. That was pretty neat. All right.
Just as I planned.
All right. Off we go. All right, we're at the shrine. So then what's the chat? So the shrine is to the emperor. Like that's where they had their statue to the emperor. They could do all of their praying. But then the chapel, I think, is where everybody else can go.
How fascinating. To me, the Immaterium is made of colors, but to the astropaths who dwell in this chapel, it is music.
The Astropath Chapel.
Cursed
Chapel.
music. Why do the astropaths not fill this place with litanies in his name instead?
I like how it's just creating sheets. Choir Master Zachary Wise, a tall old man in a lean green robe, stands motionless in front of a cogitator. The closer you approach, the clearer you can hear his continuous, unintelligible whisper. You are about to call his name when he falls silent, sharply, and turns towards you first. Lord Captain! A visit from the rogue trader is an honor for us. Like other astropaths at the chapel, the choir master's eyes are bandaged over with time-worn scrolls of sacred manuscripts. Oh, that's what that is. Nevertheless, you cannot shake the feeling that his otherworldly gaze, glowing gaze, is studying your kingdom. How can I be of use? Test succeeded. Nice. Sanctioning is a brutal procedure, one which robs every astropath of the gift of sight, but in return, they gain a new kind of vision that allows them to see what ordinary people cannot. Tell me about the choir. Of course, Lord Captain. Is there something specific you would like to know? What's this drum? Oh, the big spinning thing. It is a sacred compiler that helps us record, store, and, to an extent, unriddle messages. The astropaths first receive these messages in the form of muddled images dictating what they see to the machine, which logs their every word. From the reels of the receivers on the ceiling, the machine-recorded words are routed through lines under the floor into transcribers, and then the thesaurus core. The thesaurus core. This core is the most important part of the mechanism, as it contains a vast catalog of various symbols and the methods of their interpretation. The compiler... No, all the way over. Oh my god! The compiler matches the images in the message against its data and forwards the results to the central cogitator and myself so that I can begin the ritual of decoding. I know of no other choir that possesses so wise a mechanism, and I praise the God Emperor for its existence. However, while the compiler hastens the extraction of intelligible meaning from perplexing imagery, an astropath must still open their mind to interpretation, which is no less perilous than the rites of receiving or sending an astropathic message. My god. I never really knew the whole process was that convoluted and complicated. Wow. So if you wanted to hide certain information, my duty is to shield you from the monstrous communications that filter through the warp, the screams of the Emperor's loyal servants, centuries dead by now, the nightmarish, maddening images of the Sea of Souls, the cursed symbols that astropaths to convulse in violent fits of frenzy, the messages from abominations in search of weak minds to devour. Concealing all that from you is my duty. Alright then, fair enough. Oh, it grows even more serious. It would be more on point to say when something happens. The Emperor's blessing protects us from the warp's various influences. However, there are horrors dwelling in the void for which even this defense would be no obstacle, especially if one spends as much time in their company as we do. There is only one way to procure astropaths, and that is through the Adeptus Administratum. Luck permitting, unattached astropaths from the sector will be posted to the ship, ones who, for whatever reason, have lost their place of service. Failing that, request will go to Terra. Oh, I'll have to wait a long time. Oh, you'll be waiting forever. Itchy foot. Oh, blasphemous, forbidden options. Unsanctioned psychers, unprotected and broken souls who seldom live past their first few seances. But even those would do, should the God Emperor put our souls through severe trials, and judging by how rabid the warp has been of late, by the number of dead astropaths, those trials would be upon us sooner than our prayers could reach Terra. Oh, there. I do not recommend even considering such an option. Unsanctioned psychers are gateways for the archenemy's forces, for all the claims to the contrary made by those less knowledgeable on the issue. Yeah, I mean, realistically, you're trying to go through the warp with an unsanctioned psyker. You're begging to get your butt examined by a demon. Yeah, we'll talk later. Protect us from the machine spirit's unrest, for without, his gifts or sacrifices are fruitless. Okay, what's going on here? The engine seer, his head lowered, does not so much as glance in your direction. With his hands folded underneath his robe, he makes barely audible pleasant sound. A prayer. Technolingua. What's going on here? The sacred compiler is ailing, your lordship. A gloom has come over the machine spirits, and they are disrupting the mechanism's operation. The 12th row of the drum is now adding incorrect symbols. Oh. The man shows you a stack of papers, and you notice at once that rows of squiggles in each line all end with the same glyph. We summoned the servants of the Omnissiah, but the machine spirits are none too eager to heed their prayers. The esteemed engine seer is in a state of tech prayer trance and hasn't moved from that spot for a day now. Oh. Wow. A day. He shrinks his head into his shoulders timidly. I had the audacity to think the sacred compiler could be better helped by examining its parts, but who am I to question the secret knowledge of the Adeptus Mechanicus? Unit Sigma AR-87 is currently in a tech trance of shared comprehension with the spirit of the Archaeotech device, catalogued under the name of Stream Spindle. Disturbing the unit is not recommended. Pascal falls silent for a few seconds. However, a preliminary diagnostic has revealed several algorithmic faults that are in conflict with the sacred mechanism's processes. A practical intervention into certain cycles will likely aid the release of the accumulated burden. He'll be demoted to the lower decks. Let us see if there's any. Why such a trifle of an error? Nope. Imagine a single extra character creeping its way into the coordinates for a warp jump and sending the flagship to the center of a star. Imagine the word disloyal becoming is loyal, resulting in thousands of your faithful servants falling victim to treachery. Nothing is a trifle to an astropath. Oh, I guess I misinterpreted what that was going to say. The mechanism that permeates the entire chapel has been malfunctioning. Every issue causing the problem must be identified and resolved. Ah.
Operation successful. This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Did I find it?
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Okay, there we go.
Operation successful.
Pascal's off. Ooh, astropaths. Cool. Never really get to see them. Anything over here? Oh, goods!
Is there money to be made?
Yeah, they're all around, so I gotta go looking all through this whole area. Find is there anything wrong? Good. What's that? Oh, machine spare vault. Looks like a heart. The last beacon cannot be saved from the 13th storm. The lapsed father's beloved son will open his yawning maw. 13th storm. 13th Black Crusade. Oblivion is inevitable. After the boundless sunset comes through horrific sunrise. Sunrise brought forth into a wailing world from the womb of no, more like a bzz, I guess. That's unfortunate. No one seems to be in an urgent rush. That's unfortunate.
I always keep my options open.
Am I missing one? Ah.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Your lordship! The sacred mechanism is working again with no disruptions. With a trembling hand, the Psyker hands you a strip of paper with smooth rows of etched characters, this time containing no errors. The engineer rises proudly to his feet and says in Low Gothic, a language he clearly has not had much practice in, with sacred words and virtuous thoughts turned toward the machine god, I have been able to pacify this mechanism's wayward spirits. The Omnissiah blesses. This statement is true. I recommend installing 2 incense-burning units in this compartment to prevent the spirits continuing to... Oh god, my computer's acting up. Light some incense. This unit, Zachary-wise, will be provided with a list of minor recommendations. 142 in total. I guess something that big, yeah. Will result in sanctions. I have something for you. The choirmaster hands you a sheet of paper with uniform lines of machine type etched into it. Thanks to your assistance in repairing the compiler, we have been able to interpret a most curious message. It contains a call sign that agents of the renegade Voigtford used in the... Kunrad! What does it say? Only a few words. Lilamede, Odinathus... Odinathus... Odinathus? The winds have ceased. It is done. Now Lilamed is Voigtford's call sign for special reports, but the rest is a code we are unfamiliar with. That said, we know where to look for the truth. The Odinathus system. Already. When was it sent? Cannot say with certainty, your lordship. Following the repair work, I went through text that had defied decoding before. The signal had lost its way in the bowels of the mechanism. It could be a week old or years. Oh, great. He was more likely the intended recipient. Okay. I have witnessed the death of an astropath. What happened? May the God Emperor rest his soul and protect him from the ruinous powers of tenacious claws. That was the 5th one this month. Our younger voices cannot handle the warp storms raging in the expanse and end up losing their minds, if they are lucky. Something is afoot on the other side of the maw, Lord Captain. Something infinitely sinister. Something disastrous. The scraps of mental images that reach us from the Imperium carry the mark of doom. The images emanating from there are like a beast baring its teeth. Or warp. You have heard accounts of disturbances in the warp affecting psychers, especially astropaths, who delve most deeply into the materium. But there have been more and more alarming stories of late. Something is raging in the warp. Oh yeah, the rift. Something that poses a particular threat to those with psychic powers. You must tend to your choir. I shall have good food, recaf, and relaxing bombs delivered. Nice. I appreciate your concern. Perhaps these small indulgences will give them strength, save someone's life. Oh, I hope so. Gotta keep these people good. It's us against the galaxy. Okay, this is... Okay, voice for her.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
This message could be years old, it could be now. But I also gotta get back to the, I gotta get back to Rykad. Talk to the mayor. Permission to report, Lord Captain. Members of a sacred cult aboard this ship have requested an audience. They wish to present gifts and introduce themselves to their new captain. Huh? They call themselves the Bloodspun Web. The cult defends the flagship from both internal and external threats. Lady Theodora held them in high regard and looked favorably upon their activities. Alright, I will commence operations. Alright, we're talking to these people. The Bloodspun Web. Who are these people? Hello. That's an entrance. Those on the deck watch in awe as the final figure moves gracefully into a ceremonial pose. Some of the officers whisper in excitement, while others murmur prayers to the God Emperor.
The undying Emperor commanded us to spin a web of blood around his children, and we obeyed. We obey still.
We obey still.
Domin von Valancius, death has whispered your name. We disown Domin Theodora. We renounce our oath to her.
Oh.
And now we give the gift of our blood to you. It is the gift of death. Death has whispered your name. The followers of the tenets of the web swear fealty to their new overlord and offer proof of their devotion.
Here we go.
We give you a blade, the silent verdict. The Undying One has chosen you to wield this instrument of death. We give you one of our own, Kibella. She will be your shield and shadow. And we give you the blood of these traitors. The tenets of the web will purify their souls.
Okay. You have heard many stories about death cults. Oh yeah, death cult. Such as this one. These devoted holy assassins of the Imperium have turned death into a form of worship of the Emperor. They are exemplary sailors, invisible executioners, and the scourge of traitors, heretics, and fallen souls. Many righteous people honor them as votaries of the faith, while others see their fearsome rituals as frenzied spectacles touched by madness. Prisoners cower beneath the weight of your gaze. Blood drips down the tear-stained faces of the captured officers, technomats, and workers. A word has been carved into each of their foreheads with meticulous precision. Traitor, heretic, apostate, renegade. The cuts have been diligently and regularly reopened to prevent healing. Ow!
These renegades committed treachery against their domin. Their lips once praised the name of Kunrad Voigtveer, but it is your name they will whisper as they cross over to the other side.
Examine the death cult. The cultists are all void-born. Their lithe, sinewy bodies are clad in light armor, which allows them to move in an acrobat's nimble grace and strike with an assassin's swift surety. Their red and black vestments are adorned with sharp spikes and ritual jewelry. Where time and training have worn their garments threadbare, you can make out patterns of bleeding lacerations. Interesting. So a death cult watches over my crew. They who honor the Emperor through killing, who devote their every deed to serving him. Sacred executioners.
The Domin has discerned our essence. This is a great honor for the blood-spun web. We have woven the bays of this ship together with the threads of our faith for many years. We keep the greatest relic, his tarot, through which he sends us his blessed revelations. We obey the whispers of the Undying One. This is our service to him. This is our service to you.
How interesting. Devout assassins who believe themselves to be instruments of a higher power. They revel in violence and cannot tell the difference between bloodthirst and piety. They follow their faith blindly, unaware of how closely they tread the corruption and depravity. Look at them. They stand on the edge of a precipice. The smallest push will send them plummeting into the abyss. You could be their downfall. All you have to do is push.
I am the second spinner of the blood-spun web. The honor of this title is bestowed only upon those who have ushered more souls than... It is shameful to speak of one's own deeds. I'm here to become your shadow, not to make boasts. The tenets of the web teach us to read the threads of the future and understand the hearts of others. When a soul is filled with the poison of corruption, we know its time has come. We bring liberation. 3 strikes, 3 rebukes, one blade. This is how we serve the Undying One. This is how we serve you and your flagship. But there are others. The virtuous martyrs who contravene his design without realizing it. Those who have come too close to faltering or committing an apostasy, but have not erred yet. We present such souls to the Undying One. We do not desire their death. We do not seek them out in the darkness. They come to us, and we usher them from this life. If his sacred tarot reveals that the Emperor wishes to accept these martyrs. Our laws and teachings, our philosophy and way of life, our art of combat and spiritual dogma. The tenets are the blood-spun web itself. Humanity owes its existence to the Undying Emperor's sacrifice. It is he who protects us from a darkness of terrors. Hence, each of us has a duty to serve him, and a duty to die for him. To act otherwise is to waste the life that has been given to us by the Undying One, to become a thief. We help others understand this. We help them to live and die righteously.
In the name of the Emperor.
We follow his design. We claim those marked by his omens. We submit to his will. How could it be otherwise?
His plump fingers.
We must not seek that which is not ours. We must smother our worldly desires. Thus do the tenets guide us, and thus we follow them. However, the blood-spun web would not dare to cause offense by refusing the Domin. So you may offer the souls of these traitors as a gift to him. You have the authority to order their execution. Their blood will bind us together through him. For the God Emperor, the Undying One, is death itself. The Undying One is duty itself. Give the order, Domin. Let a spinner of the blood-spun web undergo the test of a sacred trial.
What if I do it myself?
Then, I will tell you of the treacherous blood that runs through their veins.
Oh, now we're not doing it? Oh, okay. These wretched apostates were caught trying to sabotage the reactor. They are guilty of treason. Well, yeah. I swear, we are not sabo... A woman in a tattered protective suit pushes forward in protest, but her movement is halted by the thin cord wrapped around her neck. You notice that all the captives have been similarly restrained. The woman clutches at her throat as a thin line of scarlet between appears. Ooh. theft of weapons, sabotage, and the deaths of the crew in Bay AL-82. Do you have proof of these charges, or such claims the result of cultic revelations? There is doubt in the Infernus Master's gentle voice. With all due respect, it is difficult to discern the truth of these accusations without evidence. Divine visions and dark portents may be reason enough for you to shed blood, but not everyone here shares your perspective. Enough, Heinrich. The Lord Captain will decide the truth of these claims for himself. What do the accused have to say? Have mercy, we're just technical tunnel workers. We were told to block the ventilation shaft leading into the reactor room. Fume leakage, supposedly. We didn't know we were doing anything wrong. We were just following orders. And as for why we were holding weapons, that was, well, you know. She's lying. They smeared blood on themselves and crawled out of the tunnel wailing, "Oh no, the ship's being attacked. There are enemies everywhere. Defend the bay." We rushed up to investigate, and they used their cutters to break into the weapon storage at our guard station. They stole guns and headed straight for the reactor room. Oh, Bone and Sinew revealed your hubris. You abandoned vigilance for the promise of glory. You did not give weapons to the traitors, but you left your post to seek a hero's path. Though you did not act with treasonous intent, you were complicit nonetheless. Okay. Oh, shit. I like how they give you a lot of options. Well, alright, let's go back here. They were told if fume leakage is okay. Then the officer. She's lying. They smeared blood on themselves and they crawled out of the tunnel. The ship's been attacked. There are enemies everywhere to defend the bay. Rushed up to investigate. They used their cutters. Well, no. What was he supposed to do? Not go and investigate? Because if he didn't go and investigate and they were being attacked, then that would have been... No, I'm not going to punish the officer. We will never forget your generosity, Lord Captain. We will repay your loyalty with our lives. What should be done with the rest of the prisoners, Lord Captain? They can boil in there. The Lord Captain has spoken. Let him burn. Oh, dang. I cannot honor you by ushering the souls of those traitors to the other side. This troubles me, for I wish to serve you as the sword serves its master. Will you make me your shield and shadow? Your lordship, the spinners of the blood-spun web were watching, tracking, and killing Von Valancius enemies long before the warrant of trade passed to Lady Theodora. However, the blade has also been known to cut short the lives of highly upstanding persons. And so... Oh boy. But I certainly do not in any way condemn the deeds of the deeply esteemed cult. I am sure they must have a good reason. The cultists are the scourge of the seditious. They bring the unrighteous to ruin. The enforcers respect the blood-spun web, for we share a common goal. Bring his light and his harsh justice to the darkest depths of this ship. Scourge of the seditious or not, folk are afraid of them for a reason. A couple of watches ago, these spinners took a train driver to pieces. Oh, they took him to pieces. For some kind of ritual. I didn't know what old Malik did to earn that privilege, though, and he's going to feed his family now. But that's his lower deck problem. What matters is that the Bloodspun serves you faithfully. Not really. Confessor. My predecessor's predecessor once delivered a sermon about how the spinners have saved this vessel from the servants of the archenemy. The Bloodspun have paid the price. In blood, a river of scarlet that flooded the decks from bridge to bilge. They became the blood of the flagship, the pulse in its veins and the beat of its heart. Their great sacrifice earned them the favor of House Von Valancius. Confessor Adalbert, your lordship. As a humble servant of the Emperor, I am entrusted with the high honor of being the ship's confessor, or in other words, the highest spiritual authority on your vessel. I'm here to oversee the purity of the ship crew's faith. I officiate in the officer's chapel and also look after the ship's reliquary. What does my retinue think? I have heard, though only at a distance, the prayers the spinners offer up to him. I have seen how the deeds fill the people's hearts with confidence in the inevitability of his wrath. The blood-spun web's loyalty to the Emperor is without question, as is their willingness to lay down their lives in the fight. Although Lady Theodora never granted the cult an audience or brought a spinner into her retinue, she respected the blood-spun web and approved of its mission. It is strange, their shadowy forms are swathed in darkness, yet a radiant light burns within them like a scarlet flame. I think it is a good sign. It is rare to see anyone filled with such light. Many within the Inquisition look favorably upon death cultists. You do not need a bodyguard, the Ordo Xenos might recruit her instead. You will be my shadow. Oh, she took her mask off. Kinky. Henceforth I am your shadow. Don Valencius, an instrument of death placed in your hand by the Undying One, for it was ordained and so his terror spoke. I also come bearing an invitation from the Vizier of the Bloodspun Web. He wishes you to know that the doors to the Undying One's temple are open to you. Are you suggesting the Lord Captain should go down into the depths of his flagship to search for this temple? With all due respect, the lower decks are for servants and crew. They are not a fitting place for his lordship. Where is it located? I'm not permitted to say. If you wish to find the temple, you must walk the path of Saint Ariane, the matriarch spider. Hers was the thread that would become the blood-spun web. Her path began deep within the flagship, in the dark tunnels of the freight line, and that is where yours must begin as well. This journey will bring closer to the thread of the web, closer to the Undying One, closer to the understanding death. Jeez. Words. I'll do it. Your journey will begin in darkness of the deepest tunnels. The Vizier awaits you. Your blade, the cultists retreat in the shadows as Cabela sheathes her ceremonial dagger. Your blade awaits direction. Aubrey, we will speak again when the time is right. Okay. Well, we got a new one. Another party member. We got a new party member. You telling me this now? Right line. Let's bring out the new one. I mean, yeah, it is pretty much a gigantic city. So there's probably parts that have never been seen by other people. Edric Frenzo, sturdily built man with an augmented jaw, stands at attention. The dark circles under his eyes speak to many sleepless nights, but his voice is loud and spirited. Welcome to Freight Hub LD-987/A14, Lord Captain. I am Edric Frenzo, a captain of the Enforcers in Lower Deck Bay LD-A14. Master-at-Arms has assigned me to be your liaison for the duration of your stay here. Lord Captain, would you like to inspect the control room, or to begin your search for the Temple of the Bloodspun Web? Just thinking about the prospect of walking around the lower decks wounds your refined senses. Noble blood runs in your veins. Your mind conjures vivid images of filth and poverty hanging in the air, seeping out of every crack and gnawing their way through your skin. Might as well check it all. As you will, Lord Captain. Still, out of concern for your safety, I must warn you that you should avoid the farthest sections of the bay. They are ridden with disease, and the locals can be particularly unpleasant to deal with. With the kind of riffraff that dwells there, you might even be attacked. Such ghastly places you describe. We are not headed there, are we, Lord Captain? Oh yeah, baby. We're headed there. To put it bluntly, although the bay performs its functions well, even its more civilized sections are sorely lacking in discipline. I was only assigned recently, so I haven't had time to straighten everything up. Since doing so will require making some serious changes. I am not inventing excuses, Lord Captain. As the officer in charge, I accept full responsibility for what takes place in this compartment. Rejoice, for the Lord Captain himself has deigned to deal with your problems. Rest assured, I will provide you with some crucial guidance once I am done inspecting the bay. I mean, I'd like to do that, but no. Maybe in the next one. I'll do like a heretical dick playthrough. I hereby offer my assistance, Captain. Visit the bay's forbidden areas. But in that case, I urge you to remain vigilant. The freight trains move at great speeds, and the inhabitants of the residential units are despicable rabble. One must never drop one's guard around them, and the Emperor preserve you from stumbling into the pestilence pit. That's where the madmen and lepers live. Oh. Be steadfast in your duty.
You are in the...
Join me in...
I am your shadow.
Archetypes. There we go. Oh, all the levels. Alright, what are you, actually? Blade Dancer. What is that? Three melee attacks. It's probably going to be heavy on the melee, so... Mm-hmm. Blood-covered cells. Ooh. All enemies. Increase her weapon skill. Might as well. Get her agility up. Oath of Vengeance. Oh boy. Okay. Oh. I don't like that uses ability, or costs wounds to use. I don't like that. I guess I only get those three, so... Get that one. medic, eh? New medic. Let's get that weapon skill up. Yeah, let's get that. Increase the athletics. Sure. Okay. Upon using death walls to play dance. What is death walls? Heals to full, the cost of abilities. Oh. Death walls. Blade Dancer uses death from above against a targeted enemy without spending a charge. It's death from above. Lands on a selected cell. Upon landing, they deal 10 damage. Oh, okay. Ah, so it's like a leaping attack. Does not provoke attacks of opportunity. And then inside it basically gives you a free use of death from above. Immediately making a melee attack against the enemy. Ah. Nice. Okay, so, okay. Heals to full. And then it gives you and then it halves your cost of wounds. 4 additional charges of death from above until the end of combat. Strikes made by the Blade Dancer. Reduce enemy weapon skill, okay. Sure, yeah. Alright. Yeah, let's get more wounds. Make her faster. The Dancer's next attack inflicts bleeding on all targets hit. That would be good if you used it in conjunction with their death bolts. Okay. My gosh. Yeah, let's get that. Bump up her strength just a bit. Apparently she knows how to blow stuff up. Yeah, leave her with that. Okay. Nice. I think she'll get more use out of it than my character will. Is that a power weapon? It's just a melee weapon. It is a power. Blade. They gave her that proficiency.
I'm listening.
Does something trouble you, Lord Captain?
Yeah. Every time the wearer deals damage to targets.
I have a nose for profit and a taste for adventure. I always have a backup plan.
Alright, let's see here. That needs to go to Anathos, up the freight line, the lowest walks of life. Holy jeez. Loot! Give me those goods. Is that blood? It can't be. We scrubbed the deck 3 times right before the rogue trader came. Void, take me. The captain will have our heads. Ah, that's the blood spinners. Blood spun web. Damn those. How did they even? You have seen this sort of symbol before. Death cultists carve bleeding marks like this into their own skin. Gains 28 experience. Ah, yeah. Aubrey, remember this sign. It is the beginning of your quest, the first blood trail. It resembles one of the symbols associated with the blood-spun web. What was it called again? The Song of Trailing Blood? think it's a prayer familiar to many in this compartment. We've heard spinners say it when they, well, perform their signature acts of service to the Emperor. The soundless shadow sank into the dark, slashed feet crescendo a fatal dance. Blade song and tempo, each edge an echo, twin odes to death throes, now on her sacred blood, as she once trod the backs of foes, tread countless souls, but none knew no. He memorized it. Why? When I took up my post here, I made sure to familiarize myself with all the particular qualities of the compartment. I soon heard about the verse and decided to investigate. I questioned a number of people who followed the blood-spun web, as I was trying to figure out if there was anything pernicious about it. And eventually, I learned the whole thing. The words are certainly strange, but it's nothing worse than that, it seems. Maybe it has something to do with them inviting you to visit their temple. Maybe they're trying to get your attention. Apologies, Lord Captain. I'm no good at deciphering their disturbing riddles. Alright, let's go. Let's just turn that music down a little bit.
Rise to the top or get left in the dust.
Do we truly have to be here? I am not even sure what is making me more nauseous. These horrid colors, or the smell.
Come on, it's not that bad. The fact you're here means your families have disowned you. I missed that. This is the last of the hub's vials for this work cycle. Do you have any idea how much it costs? Baton in the whip, sir. There, 57 ration cards. It's all I've got, I swear. Spent the rest on Rykad again, I'm guessing. I'm not doing you any more favors. Give up the drink or get used to life in the pestilence pit. I hope you get hit by a train.
Let us not dawdle.
Ooh, medkits. Nice.
Fate and fortune favor the bold.
They fear to look at me because of my appearance. I fear to look at them because of their rotten-colored souls.
I woke up with a feeling of
The dead know nothing, and neither do the ignorant.
Let's not waste time with pleasantries.
Alright, what's that do?
Is there money to be made?
Obtaining forces living quarters in the hub's provision depots. Greetings, your lordship.
Always keep your eye on the price.
Mercy, please save me. Oh boy. Gasps through air through burnt lips, slipping in and out of delirium. His skin is dripping from his gaunt body, like melted wax from a candle. His eyes, somehow intact, alive, clear, and filled with pain, stare at you from under his caked eyelids. A blissful smile twists the man's lips, and a tear forms at the corner of his ruined eye socket. The God Emperor has sent you to save me. You are his light. You are his grace. Thank you. Thank you for not leaving me here. When the undying one is not ready to accept a soul, it must be sent forth, and so it will be freed from the torment of the flesh. Yet you have chosen to prolong this one's suffering. Your intentions perplex me. What happened? I'm Vale, a cleaner. I was in my house asleep, and forces came, set fire to it. I didn't make it out in time. You know anything about the mark? He tries to turn his head, his blackened skin crunching as it opens into the scarlet cracks. A spinner came, he painted the symbol, then he gave me water and whispered a strange verse. He told me to memorize it and to recite it later, so that help would come. And here you are, then I should... To suit smirched soul, her mercy she did grant. Last breath expressed, a knife met heart, removed from chest, passed on to death. Her duty blessed, a balm for those who suffer anguish and distress, a longing through brought to rest, of mortal bonds the soul divest. More verses. The crux of this test is clear. In order to follow in the saint's footsteps, you are supposed to kill the young man, and thus release him from his suffering. The cultists want to see if you understand the philosophy of those you seek. Oh, of course, thank you. I can't. My guys, I can't.
I always have a backup plan.
Operation successful.
Something's going on. Oh, it's the Infernus Master. Lord Captain, what an unexpected encounter. What brings you to this compartment? The famous cuisine and magnificent vistas, no doubt. And what are you doing here? I'm here to patch up Savage, a locomotive number 3, under the tech priest's supervision. That old grump is my personal favorite on the entire freight line. Every couple of years, Savage gets mad. His boiler catches fire and starts spitting steam at the repairman. Guess who they call to take care of him in these situations? The Inferni, of course. And after I've done all the most dangerous work, that's when the Iron Brains come in. But that's alright. I love Savage. When he's in a good mood, the feeling you get standing at his levers and speeding down the freight line is indescribable. I envy these tech priest drivers who get to operate them every day. The roar of the boiler, the wheels thumping like mad, and all that furious power pulsing in your hands. Responding to the slightest movement. How about I introduce you? I cannot turn down an offer like that. Are we gonna go for a train ride? Oh my gosh. The panel before you is covered with technical runes, lumens, and levers. This platform shakes with the boiler's mighty vibration as the iron beast beneath your feet growls and snorts ferociously. Henrik squints contentedly and whispers the litany of ignition before turning to you. The machine is angry and refuses to obey. Right now, Savage is powered only by the auxiliary maneuvering engine. We will need to start the main rotor if we want to take a trip down the freight line. Initiating the train blessing algorithm. Let not corrosive wear separate the wheel sets. Let the traction drive receive the touch of the motive force granted by the invisible hand of the Omnissiah. Let his grace strengthen the joints and supports that lift the body, then decay of mortal tracks. Hear me, driver, and praise the machine god thrice, for it is only by his will that the miracle of sacred locomotion is accomplished. The blessing has been successfully executed. Grab the biggest lever. Oh, and the train shudders. Whoa, careful, your lordship. Don't let this monster smash us against the nearest wall. Put your hand on that big lever and gently give it a pull. Very gently. Savage does not like to be hassled. I few erratic jolts shake the platform, and an indignant groan emanates from the depths of the machine. An intense shudder passes through the lever and into the palm of your hand, and there is a strange feeling of emptiness in your stomach. Savage's fiery heart is stirring. Do you feel it? There is so much energy and defiance in him. There is a rocket, not a locomotive, unruly and enamored with speed, but quite willing to submit to a strong hand. Pull the lever toward you, smoothly but firmly, then pump the fuel with this command rune. You don't say. Ooh! He can run down the entire freight line in a minute, given the chance, and kill everyone who rides him at that speed. Now, try applying some thrust to the main rotor. Looks like Savage has agreed not to kill us both. Nice. All hail the Lord Captain. You have subdued a mighty beast today. Now I'm sure you have urgent business to attend to, and it's time for me to drive Savage down the line and see if he's feeling cranky. Full speed ahead. Not quite, your lordship. I said Savage is not dangerous. But not dangerous ends right here. He just might pull a stunt and bake us to death during the ride, and it would be better if the ship did not lose another Lord Captain. Could I have wished for anything more, your lordship? Savage would never fry me, right, Savage? No. Well, he's dead.
I always keep my options open.